live fragrance review, and today I am going to review a fragrance for the ladies. Time to time I review fragrances for the ladies, and this one is very dear to me. It's a fabulous fragrance from the house of Caron. The name is Violette Precieuse, which means this fragrance is a floral fragrance, and it was released in 1913. The nose behind was Ernest Daltroff, who is also the founder of the House of Caron. Let's break down the notes. Top notes are violet leaves, violet, iris, and African orange flower. Mid notes are lily of the valley, jasmine. Base notes are vetiver, nutmeg, sandalwood, and raspberry. This fragrance, let's also give you the main accords. Main accords are violet, powdery, woody, ozonic, aquatic, white floral, earthy, green, iris, and aromatic. Well, I really love this fragrance, but I don't find any aquatic accord in this, so I think maybe Fragrantica mistaken, but nevertheless, this fragrance is a true blast from the past century, is one of the originals from the House of Caron, made by Ernest Daltroff, the founder of the house. Is a great fragrance. It's a great violet fragrance. If you are searching and if you are loving the violet smell, it's one of the best. Really, it's the one of the best, and it's one of the most natural violet fragrance I ever sniffed. There is another one which come close to this, is Violetta Parma, the Italian brand. I don't know if you ever experienced that one. It's pretty much close to this one, but still I prefer Violette Precieuse by the House of Caron. It's a great fragrance. It's really a masterpiece in its kind. It's floral, has spicy notes, also has a woody accord. Really, those fragrances from the past, they were not made by the AI helps. They were made by true skills and craftsmanship of perfumers. And you got powdery, woody, earthy, green, and also aromatic accords with floral, so well blended by Ernest Daltroff, that this fragrance really deserves to be talking about. Again, I think, if I'm not wrong, I'm the only reviewer on YouTube to ever have reviewed this fragrance. So I'm very pleased to review this fragrance, because this was among my favorites. Although I really do not wear this fragrance, it's for women's. So this fragrance, how we can say, everyone can use it if you really love it. Wear only what you want to wear, so nobody can impose you his idea. I'm not going to wear this. My wife wore this, so this is the kind of fragrance really for women's and for ladies, and it's the best fragrance for spring and early summer. Even in the summer days you can wear it, but not if the weather is very hot, because the violet is a little bit strong here, and I really advise you to wear it in the spring and early summer. No problem, you can wear it. It's a real blast from the past. It's a kind of fragrances that you don't encounter anymore. It's very elegant, very sophisticated, Parisian chic of the early of the 20th century. Those kind of fragrances were made with passion, they were made with skills, and they were made with craftsmanship, which is not the case anymore. And the House of Caron has lots of gems in the store, but unfortunately I'm not sure that they discontinued lots of their fragrances. So Violette Precieuse, if you are looking for, you have to check and contact the Caron shop, because it's not a kind of fragrance you can find on Sephora or on Macy's or at those usual department stores. This fragrance have always been sold in the Caron shop. It's a kind of exclusive fragrance. It's one of their most wanted fragrance, and really, this fragrance, it's the best violet fragrance I ever sniffed. Really, few fragrances come close to this. It's a real masterpiece and deserve to be highlighted, deserve to be again discovered or rediscovered by you if you like a violet fragrance. Otherwise, maybe it's not interesting for you because wearing a violet is not easy for everyone. You have to be aware that might give you headaches or might give you sometimes rashes. But if you are not having those kind of problem with violets, then go for it, because this you cannot find better than this. This is the most natural extract and smell of the violet, and I don't know how they made it. Maybe they made it with a natural extract, or maybe they made it artificially. But anyhow, the result is great, because Violette Precieuse, it's a fabulous violet fragrance by the House of Caron, and it's one of their heritage from the past, composed by Ernest Daltroff, who was the founder of the House of Caron. And I love all of his fragrances. All of his compositions were great. La Nuit de Noël, Poivre, Violette Précieuse, Pour un homme de Caron, etc., etc. So this fragrance, maybe it's not very familiar to you. Maybe you never heard about it, but it's a gem from the House of Caron of Paris, released in 1913. To me, it is still available. I don't know if have been reformulated or not lately, because the version I'm talking about, it's a vintage version. Not very far ago, I got it almost, 15 years ago when I was in Paris. So I bought it when I was in Paris. So this fragrance, you have to search, you have to find out by yourself. You have to. I know that Caron perfumes are not very easy to find in the United States, but they got their own website. You can contact them, and you can find out if Violette Precieuse is still in production or not. So this is my final take on Violette Precieuse by Caron, composed in 1913, and perfumer was the founder of the house, Ernest Daltroff. Have a great Sunday. Stay safe and sound, and remember, wear only what you want to wear. This is the most important message I have, and I hope that you enjoy this video. I'll be again very pleased to read your comments. Comment sections are made for that. Please drop a comment for me. I will read with pleasure, and I will answer to you as always. And to all my subscribers that they asked me, why don't you review female fragrances? I said I always review 95% male fragrances and 5% female fragrances. But I do because I love great classics from the past, both for women and men. And this one belonged to the very pushy, very sophisticated classic fragrances from the past. So this is in my fragrances hall of fame, and really this fragrance, it's majestic, it's beautiful, and it's the perfect fragrance for spring. Have a great Sunday again. Until we talk again, stay safe and sound, and talk to you very soon. Stay tuned, and I'll be loving to read your comments. I always drop a comments when I watch content of my fellow co-workers, and I'll be glad to read your own comments too. I really do not appreciate silent subscribers, because otherwise I have to discontinue making contents, because if I make a contents and you don't express yourself, then this is a kind of one-sided work. So please drop a comment on the below section of the comments. I'll be glad to read them, and be sure I will reply to you. Cheerio!